This video covers everything we did in math class on Friday, September 24th. There are going to be 3 steps to this video. Step 1 is to watch. I am going to talk about the exit ticket that we reviewed in class. Step 2 is to pause the video and go to the 1.4 exit ticket. You will do that in today's folder. And step 3 will be to do the lesson 1 to 5 practice, which is also in today's main folder. I will walk you through each of those steps in this video, but I just want you to know what's coming. So, the first thing we did in class today was we talked about the cool down from lesson 1. In lesson 1, we talked about what scaled copies were, and we were just getting to know them. The cool down reads, are any of the figures of B, C, or D scaled copies of figure A? Explain how you know. I want to recommend that you pause this video and try to see if you can figure out which copies are scaled. So, let's review. In scaled copies, 2 things are true. The first thing is that the sides of the original can be multiplied by a scale factor, and the scale factor is just any number, so they can be multiplied by a scale factor to produce the corresponding sides. And remember, corresponding just means in the same place. The corresponding sides of the copy. So let's take a look. Our original is copy A, and we know that the width is 3. I'm going to go ahead and measure the width of all of the other shapes that I see here in this picture. So for example, I can see that the width of B is 4, the width of C is 6, and the width of D is 5. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with the outside height. I can see that the outside height is 5. And I'll go ahead and measure the outside height of the other shapes as well. 2, 4, 6. So I got 7 on B. I have a height of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 on copy C. And a height of 7 on copy D as well. I think I counted right. Yeah, 7 on copy D. So even before we measure the other sides, you might notice that there is not a number we can multiply 3 by to get 4. So a number we can multiply 3 by to get 4 that we can also multiply 5 by to get 7. So another way to think about this is like this. If we ask ourselves, 5 times something equals 7, and 3 times something equals 4, and this blank here is the potential scale factor, right? We cannot fill that blank with the same number in both multiplication sentences. So right off the bat, we know that B is not a scale copy, because we can't multiply the sides of the original by some number, the scale factor, to produce the corresponding sides or the sides in the same place. Now let's take a look at C. In C, we've got 5 corresponding with 10, and we've got 3 corresponding with 6. So let's write it out. 5 times something equals 10, and 3 times something equals 6. Well, right away, I notice that 5 times 2 is 10, and 3 times 2 is 6. So C could very well be a scale copy. Our next step is to check the other sides. If C is a scale copy, all the sides of C will be double A. So this side of A is 1, which means it should be 2 on C. That checks out. The inside length of A is 4, which means it should be 8 on C. Looks like that checks out. And the inside width on A is 2. Right here, this is 2, which means it should be 4 on C, and that checks out as well. So because all the sides of C are double the sides of A, we know that C is a scale copy of A. And so our answer is C. C is a scale copy. That's a really thick marker. C is a scale copy. That's our answer. Now we could also check D, but right away I'm noticing that we have the same problem we had with B. 5 times something is 7, and 3 times something is 5. I already know that it's not going to be the same number. We're not multiplying by the same number. So that means C is the only scale copy. Now, the other reminder that I want to give you is that we've also talked about angles. And we know that in a scale copy, corresponding angles are equal. So, for example, in this case, I can see that all of the angles are right angles. They're all 90 degrees, but they're 90 degrees at every single point of the shape, right? And so let's say this angle, for example, right here, it corresponds to this angle in the scale copy C, and those angles are the same. This isn't so important for this example since all the angles are right angles, but it's an important thing to remember. Okay, so now that we've reviewed scale copies, we're ready for step 2 of these directions. Pause the video, so we're here. We are pausing the video and go into the main folder to do the 1.4 exit ticket. So pause the video, go into the folder, and do the 1.4 exit ticket. Okay, so if you're watching the video at this point, you should have answered the 1.4 exit ticket. And our next step is to take a look at today's practice, which everyone worked on in class and you'll be working on from home. So let's take a look. We can see a practice document that should look exactly like this in your main classwork folder. And I actually got that wrong. It doesn't look exactly like this. It looks like practice set A. So let me pause this video and I'll upload a part 2 where I'm showing you the correct practice. Go ahead and click the video below this.